made, so you know you're getting the best for your body. Highland, locally made, naturally delicious.
Reuter Auction and Realty is proud to serve Nebraska and northern Kansas for the last 5 decades. We are experts in selling agricultural real estate. Our tools include traditional listings, simulcast auctions, and online-only auctions. Our dedication to details is second to none, and we realize most of our clients have one chance in a lifetime to sell their family's assets. We are full-time land brokers committed to our clients, trusted for decades. Call us today at 402-463-8565 or go to reuterauction.com.
Have you or a loved one been injured in a motor vehicle accident? Hi, I'm Mitch Stellick from Stellick Law Firm in Grand Island, and we specialize in personal injury law. Let Stellick Law Firm assist you in making sure that you and your family are taken care of following a motor vehicle accident. Call us today at 308-675-4035 to schedule your appointment. Let us be your voice.
The weather is warming up, and that means only one thing. It's baseball season. Whether it's Hastings High, Adams Central, or Hastings College baseball this spring, you'll be able to catch the action on Extreme Sports. And this summer, Extreme Sports will be the exclusive voice for Hastings American Legion baseball. Whether it's Hastings 5 Points Bank, Hastings Johnson Imperial Homes, or Hastings Runza, all the big games will be right here. Listen online at x-streamsports.com, on your smartphone with our free mobile app, or on your Alexa-enabled smart speaker. Just say, Alexa, play Extreme Sports. Central Nebraska's new home for sports is Extreme Sports. Hastings College softball is on the air. And this is In the Dugout. Brought to you by Tom Dinsdale Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. Located at 2800 Osborne Drive East in Hastings. Now let's go to the field for today's game.
And hello again, everyone, and welcome to Hastings College Softball here on Extreme Sports. Tyson Evronik with you. Marcus Metcalf will join us here in just a few minutes as we get set for the final contest of the regular season here as the Hastings College Broncos get set to take on the Doane University Tigers. Pre-game show brought to you by Tom Dinsdale Automotive. For the Hastings College Broncos, the storyline is pretty simple. You got to win 2, sweep the Tigers, and you can continue this season into the GPAC postseason play. A loss and the season comes to a close. Also, storylines today, Senior Day, as Hastings College acknowledges the players that have been a part of this program and helped build this to what it has become today. Hastings College looking for 2 here against Doane, and anytime that you have Hastings College and Doane in the same sentence, there's added implications too. It's a GPAC rivalry on the airways today. Coming up, Hastings College with a 20-20 record, 7-13 in the Great Plains Athletic Conference, kind of played their way into this potential scenario today. Earlier in the midweek matchup against Midland University, a top 25 school, Hastings College was able to earn a split, and that makes these Doane Tiger games meaningful here today. Hastings College, again, must win them both to advance into the GPAC postseason tournament. For the Doane University Tigers, 18-22 on the season, 10-10 in Great Plains Athletic Conference play. So both teams, if Hastings College was to get the sweep, move into that potential scenario. And Hastings College would have the tiebreaker over Doane, and thus putting them into that spot in the postseason tournament. But we'll see how things unfold as action will get underway here in just a little bit. Coming up right around the corner here on the pregame show, had an opportunity to chat things over on this big day with head coach Troy Baker. He joins us next as our Hastings College softball coverage continues here on a Saturday afternoon from the Bill Smith Softball Complex.
There's a noticeable difference when you walk into Tom Dinsdale CDJR in Hastings. You can't miss the exceptional customer service that we're known for, or the huge emphasis we place on providing unsurpassed vehicle service with experienced technicians and quality parts. And of course, we think big when it comes to giving back to the community that has supported us for so many years. At Tom Dinsdale, we take tremendous pride in serving our friends, family, and neighbors throughout central Nebraska. See for yourself. Stop by Dinsdale CDJR today.
And welcome back to Hastings College softball coverage here on Extreme Sports on a Saturday afternoon as we get set to put the finishing touches on the regular season. And the stakes couldn't be higher today for HC as they take on a Doane College Tigers team and have a tough race in the standings. Postseason implications certainly on the line. Coach Troy Baker now joining us here on the pregame show as we kind of walk through this one. Storylines all over the place here when you paint the picture on a Saturday afternoon. You've got Senior Day. You've got the Doane College Tigers, the rivalry with Hastings College. Hastings product going to be pitching in the circle for Doane. And then, oh, by the way, this the stakes are pretty high here in this one. Win 2 and make your way into the GPAC postseason tournament. Coach, let's, I guess, maybe just start off by talking about the nerves in the dugout right now. There's a lot on the line here, and I'm sure the players are feeling that.
Oh, there's no doubt. You got the seniors dealing with last game on their home field. It could be, I always tell them it's the last meaningful. Yeah, some will go play slow pitch softball and stuff like that, but this is it, and this is what you play for. Last year at this time we were just honoring the seniors and getting to see you have a team meal after the game is over. This one, I told him you can't get 2 before you get 1. You got to win that first one, and then there's going to be some emotions in between games, and then you have to go after game 2. So it is. There's a lot on the line. This is what you sign up for, and if you can't get ready to play in this, I don't know why you're playing college sports. Talk about
Maybe just the challenge here on Senior Day with all the emotions, just staying mentally focused and how big of a battle that is. I mean, you're playing a team in black on the other side of the other side of the diamond from you, but maybe playing kind of an internal battle just to stay mentally focused through this one.
Yeah, and the weather's not going to be a great help. What else is new? The wind is blowing in. So, and you got Faith Molina is going to be out there at some point. Are they going to start her? I don't know. They've kind of flipped her around. She came in relief the other night, came in and threw like 4 or 5 innings of relief. That's on the line. A lot of our girls know her. They've seen her in high school. They've played the last 2 years at Doane. Last year, she got the game-winning hits in both games. So, year before here, she got lit up and got knocked out. And so, it is. This is what you sign up for as a coach. You just want to be in those opportunities that you're playing for something. What I've loved to be playing for a 1 seed and saying, hey, we need to win this. At the worst case scenario is you're in the playoffs. But no, we've done what we've had to do. And should we be better? Everybody keeps saying you're better in 20 and 20. You're not wrong. We're better in 2020. We went and faced a very solid Midland team. First game was 7-0. And yes, I was probably peeing my pants at the end of the day. They missed a grand slam walk-off by about 5 feet. Game 2 up 3-0 and just couldn't hold it. Made a couple mistakes here and there and couldn't get that clutch hit at the end. Or we'd be in better shape than we, not better shape than now, but just maybe we only had to win 1 game. But it is what it is, and it should be a lot of fun.
Let's talk about the strategy in the circle today. You have an ace up the sleeve in your deck of cards with KB. She's been phenomenal in the circle here this season for HC. What's the strategy with her today? Is it kind of a high alert, maybe for game 2 situation? How do we play things today?
Well, it kind of depends on the situation, how many pitches. She's just not built to throw. Everybody always asks, you're going to throw her both games. You know what? I've had some great pitchers here over the years that have not done it. Some that are in the Hall of Fame, some that are going to be in the Hall of Fame, and they just couldn't do it. If we got down to 3 outs we need, I'm sure Kara's going to say, get me in there. Danny's going to start game 2. Cassidy has done a phenomenal job in the circle. She got the loss the other day. It wasn't even on a hit, and that's what the sad thing is. She's going to be around, the strike zone all the time. So is Kiera. They throw strikes, they make us play defense, and if we do that, we're going to be in great shape. We just are. We're going to be here till the end. They're going to fight. Again, I saw that the other night. They were very disappointed in how that ended, but they're going to give me everything they have. The seniors are going to go fight, and I'm sure you're going to have some tears. Couldn't have during the game. This is your last time playing. On your home field, there's going to be those emotions, and you just got to be able to harness them in. And and I'm sure Kaiten will do her best job as a junior, trying to reel those guys in as seniors. Hey, stay focused. We're not done yet. Let's keep playing.
As we kind of close the books here on the regular season for the Great Plains Athletic Conference, this is a team, within the course of any season, for any team, you're going to face adversity. You're going to have bumps along the way, some roadblocks along the way. For this team to be able to take care of business in the midweek, picking up that split against Midland, putting themselves in a position to work their way into the GPAC postseason tournament. Just talk about this team's resolve and their determination and how you feel that maybe that battle-tested mentality is going to benefit you guys today.
They have been battle-tested. We don't live in a perfect world. If we take care of business today, and if Midland takes care of Mount Marty, we have a shot to be a 7 seed, which is crazy. The reason why is we split with Midland and we split with Morningside. The two of they're second and third in the conference right now. We have played I said this a few weeks ago, the only team that I am very disappointed is Dort. I don't understand it. I don't know why we didn't come to compete. We did for one inning. We're up 5-0 in game 2. But those are the only games that I would say I don't get it. Everything else, we have come ready to play. We've either taken game 1. 3 games you lose on walk-offs. That's what is, making me scratch my head, and I have no hair, so I'm just scratching my scalp. When the season is all said and done, you just say, what if? What if we would have finished? What if we would have finished that? But this team is, if Doane doesn't come ready to play, we could really do some damage on them today because I think our team is ready. The only thing that is nerve-wracking is, the ball's going to play cuckoo with the wind, and you just don't know. If you'd have told me at the beginning of the year we'd have 10 home runs, I would have said, yeah, but what players got 10? Because we have people that have power. It's just for some reason they haven't found the magic of driving the ball out of the ballpark, and you don't really need to if you manufacture runs. Got a lot of stolen bases. Isabel's going to set that table, and if Shea can get on at the bottom, we can wreak some havoc. But it should be a lot of fun today. Hopefully, we can get it's senior day with all the parents. Hopefully they'll be bundled up, and we can, put on a show for them.
On senior day, let's end there. Talk about these seniors that have been a part of this program, the leadership that they have displayed in the dugout and really kind of helped grow the brand of Hastings College softball.
Well, Isabel came in here from Arizona and has been a starter since day one. It'll be a little bit different when she's not in there. This year she's had a very good year. She's on the verge of breaking the stolen base record in single season. She needs 2. I hadn't told her that. She needs 2 to break it. And then you got Lauren Schneider, who has been a starter since day 1 too. It's really weird. And when we didn't have her that one day, it was really weird looking out and she wasn't there. They have been here for 4 years and have done a great job for us for 4 years. And I'm hoping that they just leave it out there. And, whatever, there's going to be adversity today. I don't think they're going to both go 8 for 8. If they do, we're going to be packing our bags going to play somewhere on Wednesday. They're going to do everything they can to keep this season going, and they have been. You got Nicole, who's been here for 4 years, start player here and there, a DP this year, Claire, who's been a runner basically her whole career here, Angie, who you never know. She might be asked to come in here and do a job at the end of the game. You don't know. And Shea, who we got, is, helped us coming in as a senior, playing, this is her 3rd school, and has done a good job. She has, I think 13, 14 stolen bases, has done a job in center field. She's worked on communication skills, which is still sometimes a work in progress, and just needs to use her mouth to talk to the 2 people that have been there for the longest. But it's we're going to really rely on them, and some of those junior transfers are going to have to do a good job today and put it all together.
We're here at this stage, to get to the GPAC postseason tournament. Might as well win them, Coach. Thanks for the time. Appreciate it.
You betcha. Thank you.
Troy Baker again joining us on the pregame show. Stick around, starting lineups, play-by-play. It's all coming up next. Rivalry matchup, Hastings College Broncos, Doane College Tigers. It's coming up after this.
Industrial Irrigation Services has proudly supplied reliable horsepower to the industrial engine market since 1955. Our entire team is dedicated to fostering long-term relationships with our customers and key suppliers. Honesty and integrity make up the foundation that our business is built upon. Our entire team is ready to deliver the best sales, engineering, parts, and service support you have come to expect over many decades. No matter your industry or the rigorous demands of your application, our team of experts stand ready to serve you. We have been serving our customers and friends for over a half-century, and we look forward to continuing to provide you with the absolute best industrial engine packages and services for generations to come. When you need a solution for your industrial needs, don't just buy horsepower. Invest in reliable horsepower. If you experience air conditioning problems this summer, call the experts at Ruts Heating and Air Conditioning of Hastings. Ruts is a local, family-owned business with over 45 years of experience in the HVAC industry. They service all makes and models of heating and cooling equipment for both residential and commercial customers. You can trust Ruts Heating and Air Conditioning to complete all repairs, installations, and maintenance work on time. If you're shopping for a new air conditioner or heating system, remember Ruts Heating and Air Conditioning. They have a broad range of systems to choose from. Ruts Heating and Air Conditioning. Call 402-463-4853.
At Bosselman Energy Companies, we take pride in being a trusted partner to our customers, a strong presence in the communities we serve, and a family business that truly cares. Founded in Grand Island in 1948, Bosselman Energy has grown into a diverse group of companies with locations across the Midwest. We supply local communities with essential petroleum products that fuel farms, power industries, and heat homes. With over 70 years of industry experience, Bosselman Energy remains committed to the principles that have guided us from the beginning, ensuring our continued success for generations to come.
Bored of the same old sports coverage? Get on the cutting edge of sports with Extreme Sports.
That ball hammered deep toward left into the well. That ball is gone!
The biggest plays, breaking news, and we can't forget the best sports talk.
Let's be great! Let's be great!
We are Extreme Sports.
And welcome back to the Bill Smith Softball Complex. Tyson Nevronik, Marcus Metcalf with you. Big game on tap here for the Hastings College Broncos today. A doubleheader here with the Doane University Tigers as we are just about set to get underway. Starting things off in the circle here this afternoon for the Hastings College Broncos, who will be wearing their white tops, black pants. It'll be KB, Kara Brock. She has been the ace of aces here for Hastings College this season and gets the nod. We heard Coach Baker talking about her in the pregame show. What do you do in Game 2 if you get a win scenario and you're in a must-win situation? When do you pull that trigger for KB? All the questions will be answered as we move along through this 7-inning affair here in Game number 1. Doane University will lead things off with Grace Dowding. Then we'll see Jasmine Villegas, Anna Priner, Marissa Marquez, Bree True, Milani Gonzalez, Addie Parsons, Faith McDonald, and J.J. Allen. Rounding out the 9 here for Doane University as the first pitch to Grace Dowding, the center fielder, is just missing on the outside for a ball. 1-0 count. Doane University in the black tops, black bottoms. A foul ball back at the screen as we are underway here on a overcast day here at the Bill Smith Softball Complex. Feels a little bit more like fall ball out there with the temperatures at 56 degrees. We'll have winds coming out of the south once again, 14 miles per hour, gusts up to 20. Winds blowing in, no surprise. Hastings College used to that. All of their home games so far, we've had south winds, and so it has not been a hitter-friendly park. And once again, we'll be anticipating a very pitching and defensive duel here between the Broncos and Tigers, as Dowding puts one straight to center field. It goes right to Shea Storsend, and that's the first out here of the ball game on the liner to center. Across the diamond for HC, it's Brock in the circle. It'll be Ana Medeiros, her battery mate at catcher. Lauren Lee, the first baseman. Sam Skinner playing third base. Up the middle, it's Tanabe and Mudloft. And across the outfield, Schneider, Storson, and Kapler. We read left to right as the right-handed batter, Jasmine Villegas, steps in, the second baseman here for Doane. Welcome Marcus Metcalf into the broadcast, Marcus. And we're not short on storylines heading into this afternoon's doubleheader. There is a lot riding here on this rivalry matchup.
No, it's pretty much two. You got to win 2 games today if you're Hastings College. It's either win 2 games, you're going home, and your season's done. So big playoff implications going on here this afternoon.
Villegas puts one into play, straight at Storsend again. She has 2 her way, and there's quickly 2 outs here in the top half of the first inning as they'll send Anna Preiner to the plate, the left fielder batting out of the left-handed batter's box here for Doane, and we'll see if KB can't make it 1-2-3 and get HC off to a good start defensively here in this one. First pitch swinging right at right field, and Kapler could have been in cement there. It goes right to her, and a fly out to right as the Tigers are sent down in order. Quick inning there for KB. 1-2-3 go the Tigers, and the Broncos coming to bat. It is Hastings College softball, and it's on Extreme Sports.
Need a power boost after a serious workout? Stick with the original recovery drink. Highland Dairy's chocolate milk contains 13 essential nutrients, including protein and electrolytes, helping you build muscle and hydrate better than water. Our Chocolicious milk is perfect for building healthy bones in little ones and maintaining bone health in adults. It's chocolate milk with no artificial growth hormones, and it's locally made, so you know you're getting the best for your body. Highland, locally made, naturally delicious.
Welcome back to Extreme Sports.
Back here at the Bill Smith Softball Complex as the Hastings College Broncos get set to come to bat. Isabel Tanabe will lead things off. It is Faith McDonald getting the start in the circle here for game number 1. Doane University, a team that uses faith and faith in the circle. The latter, Faith, being a very familiar name here to Hastings ties in South Central Nebraska, and Faith Molina, potential to see her in game number 2. But it's Faith McDonald getting the start here as the Broncos will come to bat. Isabel Tanabe leading things off, the shortstop here for Hastings College, and senior who has started since day 1 of coming on board here for Troy Baker's Hastings College Broncos. Lauren Schneider hitting second. It'll be Kaylee Pino batting third. Lee, Medeiros, Mudloft, Kapler, Skinner, and Storsend rounding out the 9 for HC. Pitch is inside, taken for a ball, and quickly 2-0 here to the senior shortstop. McDonald looks in, throws that one high and outside. Across the diamond for Doane. McDonald in the circle. It's J.J. Allen doing the catching. They'll have Parsons at first base, Marquez at third. Elena's Diaz in the flex spot will be the shortstop. Villegas at second base. And left to right, Preiner, Dowding, and Gonzalez out on the outfield as it's a 3-1 count here to your leadoff hitter, and a good opportunity for HC to put some trouble on the base paths here early. And Isabel Tanabe, hitter's count goes right across the plate. That's in there for a strike, and that'll bring the count full here to 3-2.
So this is your chance right here. You got 6 of your 9 players batting, hitting above 300, so it's a good time right now to really make those 300 numbers go up a little bit.
Tanabe ground out to second base. It's fielded by Villegas, thrown over to Parsons in time. A 4-3 putout is how the Broncos will start things here in the first. Not shy of activities here on a Saturday in central Nebraska. Of course, over 20 miles to the north, the big running of the Bosselman Stakes race. That is coming away in race number 9. And then a pivotal doubleheader here at the Bill Smith Softball Complex with the Broncos and Tigers. Old Nyack rivals in any sport. Anytime the Broncos and Tigers get together, it is can't miss viewing. as that one is just on the outside corner for a ball. Second pitch goes further out, and that'll bring the count here 2-0 to Lauren Schneider.
Busy day across the whole state, really. Got the Husker games going on today, going into this evening, so busy day across the state of Nebraska.
I think volleyball gets underway with an expedition match later on this evening.
Yep, 7 o'clock on Big Ten Network against Kansas. Unofficial debut of new coach Danny Busboom Kelly.
Here's the 3-0 to Schneider. That's in there for a strike as she was taking all the way, and that'll bring the count to 3-1. Busy day across the sports world, too, with the hockey playoffs, basketball playoffs all underway. NFL draft currently taking place. We'll do our best to keep you posted on that. Of course, Major League Baseball action has begun. Yeah, not short on storylines here for the weekend, as the 3-2 from Schneider is going to head towards the gap in left center, and it's going to be cut down there from the center fielder. They're going to have a play here at second base. Schneider goes in safely as the ball pops out of the glove of Elias Diaz, and Schneider is aboard with a double here in the top half of the first. The double for Schneider will bring up Kaylee Pino to the plate. And an RBI opportunity with a runner in scoring position as HC wants to try to strike first here and grab the momentum and plant that little seed of doubt in Doane University. Again, Doane has the advantage in the standings, but they drop 2 here to HC, and it's HC playing in the GPAC postseason. And Doane sitting out, so a lot riding on today. Pitch. Chopper, shortstop side, fielded in time from Elias Diaz, and she throws it over to Parsons in time. 6-3 put out there for Pino, and she was attacking early on the pitch.
That hit by Schneider a bat ago, that was, we haven't seen that very much with the wind always been blowing in from left, so she was able to get a hold of one, put one out towards the outfield fence. So
line and drive it. Yep, line and drive it. We saw him taking some warm-ups, and he was doing the pitching behind the net, and he kept signaling to the gals to keep things low, keep things driving. Want to cut through and don't put it up into the jet stream. As that pitch is taken for a strike here, Lauren Lee batting out of the right-handed batter's box. Broncos trying to cash in on the Schneider double. Count is 1-1. As McDonald looks in, throws that one low and in. And taken for a ball, 2-1 count.
So now is the perfect time for Lauren Lee here with 318 batting average to drive in Lauren Schneider and give the Broncos an early lead here.
See if the cleanup can cash in. Try to clean up that base runner over at second base and bring her on home, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, runner at second. As the pitch from McDonald is off speed and put into play, right field side. This one is up in the air and goes down as Gonzalez has a can of corn. The F9 will end things here in the first. The Broncos threaten, put a runner in scoring position, but can't cash in. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left aboard. Let's go to the top half of inning number 2. Still scoreless here between the Tigers and the Broncos. It's GPAC softball on Extreme Sports.
Family Medical Center of Hastings is the place to go for all your healthcare needs. Their team is trained to treat the whole person regardless of age. They provide a wide range of medical care, including acute care, routine health screenings, and treatment of chronic conditions. They're dedicated to providing you with the best care in the most cost-effective manner. Family Medical Center, as an independent clinic, has served the community for over 65 years. Your family's home for healthcare. 1021 West 14th Street. Proud to support all area student athletes.
Keep it right here. You are listening to Extreme Sports.
Back at the Bill Smith Softball Complex, Doane Hastings College. GPAC rivalry renewing here, and stakes couldn't be higher. As Hastings College trying to play their way into the GPAC postseason tournament. Have to win 2 today, as it'll be the 4, 5, and 6 due up after Doan was set down in order in the top half of the first. They'll lead things off with Marissa Marquez anchoring the hot corner here for the Tigers this afternoon. And Marquez goes first pitch swinging, pops this one straight up into the air, caps under it, and one pitch, one out, like that. KB continues to work pretty quick. Doan is attacking early and often, and so far have found nothing but Bronco outfielders. With 2 flyouts to center and 2 flyouts to right as Bree True will square around and just try to put one on the ground here. Swing and miss, pulls the bunt back and goes over the top of the pitch. KB, of course, we know her, just pounds the strike zone. A good strike thrower here for Hastings College, and a lot of success, especially if the defense can clean things up behind her. Likes to put the ball in play, and if you got a pitcher like that, you got to have a good defense around you. And when Hastings has put ones in the win column, it's been because of good pitching and defense. As she tries to go off speed here to Bree True, and just misses. It's 2-1. True, the designated position player here this afternoon. Melanie Gonzalez awaits in the on-deck circle. Swung on and chopped foul. That'll bring the count here 2-2. As KB tries to battle back.
Like I said, it's going to be defensively here. If HC can clean up the errors and make some routine plays when they need to and get some outs, and the way they've been playing, they might come out with 2 victories today.
Swung on and missed, and Brock's got a strikeout, her first of the ball game, as True goes over the top. Melanie Gonzalez now steps up to the plate. Brock trying to go 1-2-3 for the second straight frame here for the Broncos. Gonzalez steps into the left-handed batter's box. Madero sets up outside, and this ball is put in play off the third base side in foul territory, but Skinner can't come up with it. Overran it and tried to put the glove back behind her head and couldn't quite get that ball to stay in the mitt. So extra life here for Gonzalez as KB goes back to work. Madero sets up on the outside corner once again. And this is chopped again, foul third base side. Heading to count 0-2. How about back-to-back Ks, KB?
So they moved Lauren over a little bit towards third base line here, anticipating a pitch or a ball going away from the left-handed batter.
Sets up outside, and that one far too off the black. Too far off the black, I meant to say. Put words in order, Tyson. 1-2 count here coming up to Gonzalez. Off-speed pitch. Popped high up into the air, first base side. And it's going to be dropped once again. Lauren Lee drops it in foul territory. And so 2 straight pop-ups in foul territory. 1 third base side, 1 first base side, and the Broncos can't corral it.
You did mention Tyson keeping it clean, and there's your first error of the ball game right there on Lauren Lee.
Lee charged with the error, and more extra life here for Doan. That could have been set down a couple times here in this at-bat alone. Now 2s across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. And the pitch from Brock. This one straight up the chutes, and communication error, and this one's going to go into fair territory. Now thrown away into center field. Nobody's there. Gonzalez is going to come all the way around to score on a pop-up straight up to the pitcher. Skinner running in and ends up colliding with Brock. The ball falls into foul territory. Then it was thrown away trying to get Gonzalez over at second. She's going to come all the way around to score. And now some chats here from Coach Baker to clean things up defensively. Not a Little League home run on a easy pop-up straight up the chute, but no communication, and the Tigers have the 1-0 lead. That hurts.
Yeah, two more errors right there on that play, and that's what the Broncos didn't need. Now you're going to be trailing 1-0 with Doan still at bat here.
Broncos got into a snowball fight on that, and results were not pretty. 2 errors on 1 play, 3 errors in the at-bat. And now Addie Parsons comes up to the plate, and Broncos need to refocus.
Yeah, I think that's what Coach Baker was saying. Just refocus here. We got a long way yet to go. And I'm sure he had some more to say.
There's probably some additional words of encouragement. Here as Brock looks in, and time is called now by Parsons. And she'll step out of the batter's box and reload. Gonna see that quite a bit here. Brock likes to work quickly as Parsons puts this one in play right field side and caps there for the out. And after the disaster on a routine pop fly, the Broncos get out of the inning, but the Doan University Tigers have the lead. 1-0 on 3 errors committed in the inning for HC. Let's go to the bottom half of inning number 2. You're listening to Broncos Softball here on Extreme Sports.
There's a new tomorrow on the other side of the horizon. There are houses to make into homes, businesses to be built, and friendships to enjoy.
Someday's gonna be one day soon.
Build your tomorrow with a bank you can rely on. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
Bored of the same old sports coverage? Get on the cutting edge of sports with Extreme Sports.
That ball hammered deep toward left into the well. That ball is gone.
The biggest plays, breaking news, and we can't forget the best sports talk.
Let's be great. Let's be great.
We are Extreme Sports.
Back here with Hastings College Softball on Extreme Sports. Tyson Nevronic, Marcus Metcalf with you. 1-0. Doan with the lead after 3 errors in 1 at-bat. Give Doan the lead. A routine pop fly that was a communication issue with the third baseman and the pitcher. Ends up falling and then thrown away, and the runner was able to come all the way around to score on the play. So officially for that top half of the second inning, 1 run on no hits. There were 3 errors and nobody left aboard, as it'll be 5, 6, and 7 due up here for the Broncos, leading things off with Ana Medeiros. As Medeiros will try to get the bats going and get right back into this baby and counterpunch here against Doan. McDonald winds and delivers. Throws that one on the outside corner. Can't get the call, and it's 2-1. Might as well announce it. A 5th-round pick. Normally we don't break in with 5th-round picks, but Colorado quarterback Shadur Sanders has finally come off the board, taken by the Cleveland Browns in perhaps one of the most anticipated prospects from the experts or the pundits that NFL owners and coaches and teams wanted nothing to do with. Shadur off the board. So there you go. There's your breaking news. 3-1 from McDonald. I was really hoping somebody would just take him so that they would shut up and not talk about it anymore. It got very stale, and not a lot of respect to the other players that were drafted ahead of him and got no airtime or any recognition whatsoever. They kept showing Shadur, and it was a circus, as Prime has brought out in just about everywhere he's been. Walk to Medeiros. And that'll bring up Lexi Mudloff now to the plate. Mudloff with a runner on. As Doan will switch things up defensively here. First baseman Parsons coming over and chatting across the diamond. Cleveland, of course, the home where quarterbacks go to die and careers falter. The never-ending cycle of Cleveland quarterback dumpster fires. Couldn't think of a better place for him.
I might as well make fun of my own team. I thought that was going to be New York.
New York's drafted well.
Yes.
0-1 here to Mudloff. And they'll throw back down over here to try to get Medeiros, but Medeiros getting back to the bag in time. 1-1 count here to the right-handed batter in Mudloff. Former Central Catholic product. Part of the 2020 state tournament team. Ball high and inside. Now 2-1. So hitters count here to Lex with Caton Kapler waiting in the on-deck circle. As McDonald winds and fires. This one goes inside, and it's going to hit her on the leg. And Mudloff hit by a pitch, and there's 2 aboard after a walk and a hit batter. Control issues here for Faith McDonald in the bottom half of inning number 2 after Doan got the gift wrapped and hand-delivered by the Broncos back in the top half.
So now here's your chance here. If you're Caton Kapler, you have 2 runners on, no outs. And let's forget about the three errors there in that first inning here, or second inning here, and come back with a couple runs here, and let's get back in this thing.
Bottom of the order has done well at home in the contest that we've called so far here on Extreme Sports. That has been one of the bright spots, is their ability to keep the inning alive and keep the rallies going and set the table for the top of the order. Trying to cash in again here after getting some free base runners. And they always say as the pitcher, the one thing that will burn you is the leadoff walks, and you get a leadoff walk, and then you end up hitting the batter. And so the Broncos, without a hit here in the top half of the second, have 2 aboard. Here's a beautiful bunt laid down by Cap, and she'll move the runners over as the sacrifice bunt is successful. 1 down, 2 in scoring position here for Sam Skinner.
Like you mentioned, perfectly executed bunt there. 2 runners in scoring position. A base hit here from Sam Skinner can put the Broncos up 2-1.
Skinner, of course, missing a majority of the season due to injury. Came back last weekend, or 2 weekends ago, I should say. Last weekend was the Easter weekend. Easter break for everybody. Broncos used it and got a good reset as they were able to come back and fire in the midweek series and pick up a crucial, critical win against Midland University, a top 25 ranked team, which set the stage for today. Broncos playing meaningful softball here on a Saturday afternoon. Must-win scenario. And Skinner facing an 0-1 count. McDonald winds and delivers. It's an off-speed pitch that misses in the dirt, 2-0. Or, 1-1.
Nice to see her back there at third base. Her team has done a really good job filling in her spot for there at third base while she was out with that injury. But it's nice to see Sam back there on the hot corner.
Sam puts this one in play, fielded there by the third baseman. They'll look the runner back to third, fire over the diamond in time. Nice play by Marquez there, and she's able to snag that one from going out to the outfield and gets the runner Skinner. So Skinner unable to make up for the costly error that gave Doan the lead here in the top half of the second. Now Shea Storsund will come to bat here for the first time this afternoon. Storsund out of the left-handed batter's box, 2 aboard in scoring position. Broncos need to cash in here on this opportunity. They got a leadoff walk and then a hit batter, but it's going to be 3 consecutive outs as this one is fielded from Marquez and fires to Parsons, a 5-3 putout. Strands 2 in scoring position. Broncos can't get the clutch hit. And no runs, no hits, no errors, 2 left aboard. Going to the top half of the third, Doan with the 1-0 lead over Hastings College. It's GPAC softball, and it's on Extreme Sports.
Celebrate Mom with the gift of beauty this Mother's Day. Show your love with a stunning bouquet from Bob Sass Flowers. Our fresh, handcrafted arrangements are perfect for the woman who means everything. Find all our Mother's Day specials on our website at bobsassflowers.com. Call 402-462-2179 or order online today to schedule your delivery or pickup. Located at 2618 West 2nd Street in Hastings. Serving Hastings since 1955.
This is Patrick Mahomes, and you are listening to Extreme Sports.
Back at the Bill Smith softball complex, Tyson Nevronic, Marcus Metcalf with you. Doan with the 1-0 lead without registering a hit. 3 Bronco errors proved costly in the top half of the second to give Doan the 1-0 lead. And now it's 8-9-1 due up here for Doan University. And with the call here on the top of the third, I'll turn things over to Marcus Metcalf.
Thank you, Tyson. Faith McDonald, first batter up here for Doan. Here in the top of the third inning. 1-0 lead for Doan. As first pitch from Brock is me up there. Sky popped up towards third base with a diving catch made there by Sam Skinner. She overran that ball again, and we mentioned it, Tyson. That wind's been kind of playing hectic the last few weeks. We've been here pretty much all season long, and she overran that thing again and thought the ball was going to be right there, and the wind brought the ball back, and she was able to get the glove back this time.
That ball high up into the atmosphere. That could have hit a Cessna that was flying into the Hastings Regional Airport.
That was a nice play there by Skinner. That brings up J.J. Allen. First pitch from Brock is in there for a ball. Allen, who is .277 batting average with 94 trips to the plate. She has 26 base hits, 13 RBIs, 6 strikeouts, and 6 walks so thus far on the season. As the 1-0 pitch is going to be lined out to Kapler and right. She makes the catch easy there. That's going to be quickly 2 down.
Really important here for Hastings College, Marcus, to get back in and get a quick inning here. Obviously frustrated that you were unable to come through with the clutch hit there as you had 2 in scoring position. So for KB and for the rest of the Broncos, just settle back in and get a quick inning here.
Brings up Grace Dowding to the plate as first pitch is in there for a strike 0-1. Dowding flew out to Storsund in the top half of the first inning.
Storsund's shading a little bit more over to the left side out in center field. They're playing her to pull.
Yep. Next pitch in there for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike to Dowding. Next delivery. Line shot towards Kapler there and right makes the easy play. So an easy 1-2-3 inning here for the Hastings College defense as Doan was able to not put up any runs. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left. We go to the bottom half of the third. It's Doan 1, Hastings nothing. You're listening to Bronco Softball on Extreme Sports.
Sundays are meant for relaxation and indulgence, and there's no better place to do it than at Bullseye Sports Bar and Grill in Hastings. Enjoy the Sunday brunch buffet from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., featuring an irresistible spread of breakfast favorites that will make your taste buds dance. Choose from fluffy pancakes, sizzling bacon, fresh fruits, and so much more. It's all you can eat and everything you could ever want. Bullseye Sports Bar and Grill, located at 2017 West 2nd, across from the water park in Hastings.
Welcome back to Extreme Sports.
Welcome back to the Bill Smith Softball Complex. Marcus Metcalf, Tyson Nevronic with you. Top of the lineup here for HC is Tanabe, Schneider, and Pena will be coming up to the plate for the Broncos. Tanabe going into this game today, she had a .338 batting average with 133 trips to the plate. She has 45 base hits, 12 RBIs, 8 strikeouts, and 16 walks. As we've seen earlier, or we've seen this year, Tyson, this top of the lineup, they've been kind of an up and down in terms of productivity. But like we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, it's win or go home. And so this top of the lineup has really got to come up big here today, especially here in game number 1, if they want to at least have a chance of playing for the GPAC tournament here sometime next week.
Yeah, it's the top of the lineup, Marcus, that really feeds off of hits. I mean, they can be contagious at times when they're coming in bunches, and unfortunately, when you get runners on and in scoring position, the hits are nowhere to be found. But we've seen them scatter across a few hits here as this season has progressed, and we'll see if this top of the lineup can deliver here. I mean, just the added intensity. I mean, it's like bottom of the third inning in game 1 of a softball doubleheader, but it seems like every at bat, especially when you're staring down the barrel of a 1-0 deficit, is of added importance. And so any opportunity that the Broncos can get to create some chaos and get some traffic on the base paths, that's going to be huge here as we move along this afternoon.
Tanabe was able to jump out early to a 2-0 count. Now the next pitch to Tanabe is in there for a strike at 2-1. Faith McDonald still in the circle. That's a 2-1 pitch. Going to be popped up towards right field. It's going to get out of play. So we've got a souvenir for someone. Seen a lot of those here at the Bill Smith Softball Complex this season. It seems like every time we're here, that wind's just blowing in. Not so much today. It's been a little calmer than what it has been, but it's still chilly.
Still 14 and gusts up to 20 miles per hour as far as the winds are concerned. And there's no seems like it, Marcus. Every single game, home game, the winds have been out of the south and have been above 15 miles per hour. And so it has not been a hitter's dream by any stretch of the imagination. They have played every game at home with winds blowing in, as Tanabe is going to draw another leadoff walk. So an additional base runner here for HC.
As I stand corrected, we do the Hastings native, Faith Molina, is now in the circle here for Doane. Faith was part of those good Hastings High softball teams the last few years, who's made the state tournament, made the state finals. She's probably glad to be back here in a place that she's really familiar with in the circle, as Faith Molina is facing now Lauren Schneider. First pitch, Schneider's going to be low and outside for a ball, 1-0. Yeah, we mentioned a lot of Central Nebraska flavor here with some of these athletes that come in here. Faith Molina being one, especially being a Hastings native, Tyson. So I'm sure that's kind of exciting for her to face her hometown team.
A little bit, and you got some knots in the stomach, and a lot of these players very familiar with Molina and having faced her in Nebraska high school softball action. Really good Hastings High squads that they had put together that Molina was a part of, and one of the flamethrowers and leaders on those squads. And I believe if she was on the Hastings High teams that just couldn't quite get past the Scud in the Northwest, some of the B schools that kind of were flexing in Class B at that time, as Tanabe is going to go off here on the pitch and slide in safely. It'll be a stolen base for Isabel Tanabe, and now one closer to the school record for Isabel.
Yeah, I think they're going to actually count that as a walk since it's ball 4. So no stolen base, but still runners at first and second, nobody out for Kaylee Peno. Peno grounding out the shortstop here in the top half of the first inning. It's kind of like how it was last inning, Tyson. First and second, nobody out. Was able to get nobody across. They were able to get the sacrifice bunt down to move the runners over, but nothing came out. Let's see if they can do it again here and this time bring a couple runs across the plate.
I had that little nugget of information about Isabel Tanabe and the stolen bases record. I couldn't wait to break that out, and broke it out during ball 4. So my apologies here as Pino goes at the plate.
First pitch in there for Molina's going to be low in the dirt, ball 1. No, that's a good stat because I'm glad you picked that up because I sure didn't. 1-0 count. 1-0, Doane with the lead here in the bottom half of the third inning.
Sometimes you just try to will a play into existence. Here's ground ball.
Here, ground ball to second, over the shortstop for 1, and then over to first in time for a double play. Nice play there by Villegas to get it over to Elenis Diaz there to do the 4-6-3 double play to retire Schneider and Peno on the play. That brings up, that's 2 big outs for Doane, and so now you got Tanabe at third for Lauren Lee. Lee flew out to right field in the first inning. Lee, going in this contest, she was batting .318 on the season with 110 trips to the plate, 35 base hits with 32 RBIs, 13 strikeouts, and 34 walks.
It's rally killers. I mean, back-to-back walks. You're getting freebies and the inability to cash in. I mean, from going 3 straight hits to third base or a ground ball right up the middle for a double play, bounces just have not gone the Broncos' way so far here this afternoon in the early goings.
The 1 delivery. Foul back. It's going to be out of play. Another souvenir for someone. Sad things we're out at Duncan Field. We can get our 50 cents. I remember that growing up as a kid at Duncan, before they renovated the place, I'd sit around the aisle seat, and buddy of mine, we'd just sit right there on the aisle seat and wait for a foul ball, and we'd go run out in the parking lot and collect 50 cents a pop. And by the end of the game, we'd be able to get like a ice cream cone or something like that.
There you go.
The 0-2 delivery.
I was too slow to chase after foul balls. I let the other kids do that.
That's all right. We're too busy, and also too busy watching a ball game. The 1-2 delivery.
Go with that.
The 1-2 delivery from Molina. High and outside for a ball, 2-2. Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Tanabe at third, waiting for Lauren Lee for a base hit to drive her home to tie this thing up. The 2-2 pitch. Just a bit outside. Brings up full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, I thought she got froze on that one and was going to be heading back towards the dugout. That was...
Allen framed that thing beautifully.
Just couldn't have pitched that any better.
The 3-2 pitch from Molina. Foul straight back to the fence.
Good AB here for Lee, staying alive, fighting off the nasty ones. Had the good plate discipline and vision there on that one that was just off the outside black, and then fouls one back, trying to wait for hers to line and drive it somewhere. Put one in play and get a run across the board.
3-2 pitch back at us. Staying alive. This right here is where you probably should choke up just a little bit on the bat. Put one out and find some green somewhere. Has a 3-2, next 3-2 offering from Molina. It's going to be called strike 3 on the inner half. Nice frame job there by Allen there to freeze up Lauren Lee. As the Broncos weren't able to do anything with two runners on here in the bottom half of the third. Double play and a strikeout will end the threat. No runs on no hits. There was 2 walks, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We're through.
I'm John Butler, funeral director and owner at Livingston Butler Vollen Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Hastings.
And I'm Nikki Butler, the advanced funeral planning specialist. Whether you choose a traditional service, cremation, or a unique memorial service, our experienced staff is here to help guide you through every step. Visit us at lbvfh.com to learn more about our services and how we can support you.
Livingston Butler Vollen Funeral Home and Cremation Center. We are here when your need is greatest. Livingston Butler Vollen Funeral Home and Cremation Center. We are here when your need is greatest.
Keep it right here. You are listening to Extreme Sports.
Welcome back to the Bill Smith Softball Complex. Marcus Metcalf, Tyson, and Veronic with you. 2, 3, and 4 due up here for Doane as Jasmine Villegas comes up to the plate. She is 0 for 1 here in the ball game thus far. She flew out to Storsund here in the top half of the first inning. As a foul ball as we back behind the first base dugout. Quickly falling behind 0-2. KB still in the circle for HC. Take those 3 errors away. She's pitched beautifully. As the 0-2 delivery is going to be well off the plate, ball 1.
It's the only mark on the game. I mean, that's the only time that Doane has even been able to put one at first base was on the error that ended up turning into a Little League trip around the bases. As it's a straight pop-up straight to second base. Mudloff is there, and Villegas is retired on the F4. But, yeah, you mentioned, I mean, KB's been humming and pounding that strike zone, and you take away one at-bat. One at-bat so far, the difference here in this ball game.
Brings up the left fielder, Anna Proner. She's also 0 for 1 on the day. She flew out to Kapler here in right field in top half of the first inning. First pitch from KB. Nice play over there by Lauren Lee at first. She's able to make the play easily. That's going to be a 3 unassisted there on the scorecard for HC defense. Quickly, 2 outs for the HC defense as it brings up Marissa Marquez. Kapler has been really busy. Her and Storson have really been busy here as Marquez flew out to Kapler right field in the second inning. The first pitch offering to Marquez is going to be in there for a strike. Yeah, so a lot of shifting there in the outfield, Tyson. Just kind of playing everything a little bit different. As the next pitch is going to be in there for a strike. It's going to be 0-2.
A lot of that. You look down at the buckets there with the coaching staff, and Coach Theo Harris is talking with Coach Williams, hey, where are you putting this one on the plate? And then I'm going to adjust my defense accordingly. And a lot of scouting that goes into that and communication. And those guys on the buckets do it the best in the biz, as they say.
1-2 count to Marquez. As the next pitch in there, called strike 3. Right, nice, beautifully framed job there from Medeiros as she was able to get the punch out for KV. Quick 1-2-3 inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. There's no one left. We're going to the bottom half of the fourth. It's Doane 1, Hastings College nothing. You're listening to Broncos Softball on Extreme Sports.
Rev up your energy and fuel your body with the protein punch you've been craving. When it comes to nutrition, Highland Dairy has a wide range of locally made products. Discover tasty ways to a stronger, healthier you with Highland's range of yogurts, smoothies, flavored milk, and cottage cheese. For parents with picky eaters and trendsetters looking to jump on the revival of cottage cheese, Highland has what you need to hit your protein goals. Highland, locally made, naturally delicious.
You are listening to Extreme Sports, Central Nebraska's new home for sports.
Tyson Nevronic back with you here on Extreme Sports. Marcus Metcalf along for the ride. Hastings College and Doane in a crucial GPAC softball doubleheader. Just wanted to get you a quick update on the NFL draft as we broke in earlier and mentioned Shadur Sanders going to the Cleveland Browns. Also of note, Ty Robinson off the board for Nebraska as he's going to join Cam Jurgens and the Super Bowl winning Philadelphia Eagles. Ty Robinson, a Philadelphia Eagle, a great landing spot for Ty as it'll be 5, 6, and 7 due up here for the Broncos. Go around the diamond here really quick. Check some Major League Baseball action. St. Louis Cardinals jumping off to a 1-0 lead over the Milwaukee Brewers. They're in the bottom half of the second inning. St. Louis able to get by Milwaukee yesterday by 1 run. And we'll see if St. Louis can start to string some wins together well below 500 and below expectations for that passionate fan base for Redbird baseball. Since a 0-1 here to Ana Medeiros, we'll turn things back over to Marcus Metcalf.
Thank you, Tyson. Yep. No balls, 1 strike here to Ana Medeiros. His first pitch was down the Highway 281 for a strike. Next pitch, low, ball 1. A lot of action today across everything. You got stuff down here in downtown Hastings tonight. You got softball going on right now. You got the Husker games going on in Lincoln. You got the Boston Stakes going up in Grand Island. You got playoff hockey. We're going to have a base hit here to right field. Nice hit there by Ana Medeiros. Just barely. I'll take that back. Nice play by Gonzalez there in right field to get the ball in to hopefully get an unusual 9-3 put out. But job by Medeiros to make it down the line to get a base hit out of that and put the base runner here on for HC. Like we might be having probably going to have a courtesy runner here. It's going to be Claire Kimbrough coming in for Medeiros, and it is. Get some speed on there in the base pass, a little more speed. See if we can get the first run home to tie this baby.
Nothing makes you more frightened as a batter when you have that opportunity and you're kind of just slow trotting over to first base. You think you got yourself an infield knock, and then you see the outfielder come charging in. That almost happened to me. Almost pulled a Sean Casey one time, and it was from left field where I thought it was an easy base knock, and I was just doing a slow trot, and he comes up firing. I had to get on my horse, and I pull a trailer behind me when I'm running, so it wasn't the most graceful of sprints down the first baseline, but we were able to just beat it out. But your heart goes into your throat there for about 2 seconds when you realize that this is going to be a bang-bang play.
Lexi Mudloff due up here for HC. I don't think the coach would ever let it down if you ever let that happen. The 0-1 delivery. Chop, foul. Towards third base dugout.
Luckily, Pops was the coach, so he wouldn't have brought it up out of embarrassment.
Yeah, busy day across the sporting world, as I mentioned. You got the LB going on strong. You got the NHL playoffs going on. The NBA playoffs are going on. Just busy time of year. As we get the spring sports season kind of winding down, you got these playoffs going on. And as the 0-2 delivery pops up to the right field, up there's Gonzalez in right. She makes the easy catch for the first out.
You mentioned playoffs, Marcus. I mean, let's be real. This is essentially postseason softball here for the Hastings College Broncos. I mean, it's a must-win scenario. You got to win 2 here against Doane to make your way in. And now there is if you're sitting and you're saying, well, you stand corrected, sir. Waldorf is playing Dordt in a doubleheader. Waldorf would also have to sweep Dordt for Hastings College not to be in. So, in all likelihood, it's a must-win scenario. Waldorf sitting at, I think, the bottom of the barrel in the conference and have not really been competitive here in the Great Plains Athletic Conference. But, yeah, if they were able to sneak away a game against Dordt, then you'd be in a split scenario. But we'll keep eyes on that and scoreboard watch for a little bit. But why not just take care of business here against Doane?
Brings up Caden Kapler to the plate here for HC. Quickly falling behind 0-2. But, yeah, it's win or go home. Last time we were here, we saw 2 1-0 ball games. And that's the way it sits right now. And I don't think Coach Baker would want to see that happen again. The 0-2 delivery for Molina. Pop up towards the right field as Gonzalez won't make it over there. It looks like it's going to hop over the temporary fencing we have here at the Bill Smith Softball Complex. Kapler was going with the pitch again on that, and just that wind was just playing just enough to make the thing get out of play. And so
a lot of real estate there on that right field side if she can get one down the line.
The 0-2 delivery from Molina. Swing and a miss. Kapler goes down for a strikeout. That brings up 2 down here for HC, and that brings up Sam Skinner. Skinner, like we mentioned earlier, she's been dealing with injury. She was back a couple weeks ago. It was nice to see her play. She's back at the hot corner there at third base, and so brings a pretty good bat back to the lineup here for HC, and so see if Sam can get another base hit here and bring a run home. Her first save being bottom half of the second, and she grounded out to third in an inning where HC went 1-2-3 after the first 2 runners got on base. First pitch offering from Molina to Sam Skinner. Swing and a miss.
Marcus, I mean, Broncos have done a great job to set the table today. No one's came over to eat, and that's been the problem. I mean, you get a double there in the 2-hole to lead things off in the top half of the first. You lead things off in the top of the second with a walk and a hit by pitch, back-to-back walks in the third. Broncos have been unable to cash them in. 4 runners left on board here in the first 3 frames.
Next pitch to Skinner is going to be way outside for a ball. Yeah, you said, I don't know if it's the food or if it's whatever it is, but they're not coming to feast just yet and need to do it right now. We get plenty of opportunities to do so. Next pitch offering from Molina into Skinner is going to be in there for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. Yeah, like you said, Tyson, it's just that first inning, those 3 errors. Take those away, you're still sitting at a tie ball game right now. The 2-1 offering from Faith Molina. Foul straight back to the fence. 2 balls and 2 strikes. We're going to roll the deuces here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on first. As Kimbrough's there on first as she was running for Ana Medeiros. The 2-2 delivery. It's going to be Pop's going to be, might be trouble. It's going to be fair. It's going to call a fair ball. Nice play. Nice hit there. As they're going to be running from the plate. She is safe. Nice wheels there by Claire Kimbrough there to score all the way from first base as that ball landed just right on the chalk line. And we're going to have a discussion here from the Doane head coach here. But nice play, nice hustle by Claire Kimbrough to make sure she's able to get that slide in and make it a 1-1 ball game here.
Yeah, Sam Skinner putting one right down the line. It gets behind the right fielder, and then good heads-up base running as the wheels were in motion there from Troy Baker. Kimbrough coming all the way around from third, and Doane University coaching staff arguing the play at the plate. But a nice slide there from Kimbrough as she's able to get around the catcher, slide in safely, and then the heads-up base running from Skinner to take the extra base. She's able to stand now over at the third base box. And now a discussion here from the 2 umpires. And we will await this discussion.
Yeah, are they discussing, I'm guessing, the play at the plate, be my guess? Or do you think...
Oh, I mean, it wouldn't be the...
It wouldn't be the
fair
be his
foul.
call.
It wouldn't be his call.
Right. So, So umpires are still discussing, and looks like they're going to keep the call on the field. So
she's chatting.
Yeah.
Getting her words in, making sure they know about it.
What a nice piece of hitting, though, by Sam Skinner. It wasn't probably the way she wanted to draw it up, but she was able to find the chalk line. And nice play by Kimbrough to come around and use her wheels and tie this baby up at 1. So you'll take it if you're a fan of the Hastings College Broncos here. And now that brings up the 9-hole hitter in Shea Storsund.
Big clutch moment for Sam Skinner to be able to deliver after a injury-shortened season so far this season. Is able to come back with a big clutch AB to get this baby tied up.
First pitch offering to Storsund, and she tries to bunt at it, but misses. It's going to be a strike. 0-1. Yeah, like I said, she's been hurting, but gosh, they've missed her, and she came up clutch right there, Tyson.
Trying for the element of surprise there on Doan, trying to catch him napping. Now likely swinging away.
That's going to be a base hit. Nice play, or nice hit there from Storsund as they were to get by the third baseman Marquez there to score Skinner there from third. And so I thought that baby was going to go right to that glove, but no, she found it right down the line there to score Skinner from third. Nice base hit from Shea Storsund. Now HC with the 2-1 lead.
Life injected into the Bronco dugout as well as they are fired up. Back-to-back base knocks. 2 runs on the board. 2-1 HC. Their 4th hit here of the ball game.
And that brings up top of the order Isabel Tanabe. First pitch delivery from Faith Molina. It's going to be in there down Highway 281 for a strike. Tanabe 0 for 1 on the day as she grounded out to second in the first inning, and then she got a walk. Was on reached first base on a walk. The 0-1 delivery, well outside for a ball, 1-1. So now's the time if you want gets a couple more runs across the plate. Now would be a good time to do it because you got all the momentum in the world on your side. The 1-1 pitch. Going to be chopped to the shortstop there, Elinas Diaz. It's going to be an error there on Diaz as she tried to hurry on that play there and ball went underneath the net. That's going to be an E6.
Whoopsie daisy there from Elias Diaz. It was just an Olay. Didn't get in front of it, didn't plant down. Could have easily gotten to the two-handed position, but tried to scoop it up with the glove and just whiffed on it, and it trickles out into center field, and Broncos get some extra life damage here with 2 down. All the runs out. All this activity with the RBI double from Skinner, the RBI single from Storsund, and now it's Storsund and Tanabe at first and second with Lauren Schneider with an opportunity to deliver on Senior Day.
Senior Day, as you mentioned, Tyson, it's big time here for HC to hopefully come out of this thing with 2 wins under the belt and a spot in the GPAC tournament as the first pitch in there from Schneider, or 2 Schneiders in there for a ball, 1-0.
Schneider, just like Isabel Tanabe at the top of the lineup, one of the starters from day one here for HC as a freshman, has played all 4 years and getting an opportunity with 2 ducks on the pond.
Next pitch offering there to Schneider. It's going to be swinging and miss. It's going to be 1-1. Big opportunity here. First and second, 2 outs. Played a couple more runs. Give yourself and give KB give yourself some room for error here as the next pitch in there to Schneider. It's going to be up high and outside for a ball, 2-1. Get her some run support, that's what I was trying to say. Get her a couple more runs, 2-1. I don't know if that's going to do it or not, but the way they played after that first inning, or that second inning, they've played pretty well defensively. So the 2-1 offering from Molina. Must have been low because that caught the middle part of the plate. So 3 balls and 1 strike. That fool me, Houdini. In words of my broadcast partner over here.
I was going to say, I didn't trademark that. I guess you can go ahead and use it.
No. I'll give credit where credit's due. The 3-1 delivery. Foul's going to be over here near field 4 here at the Bill Smith Softball Complex. No, you didn't, but I'm going to give you the credit.
I used to do that in the dugout. I would shout that at the home plate umpire when I was coaching ball. And then I just brought that up to the broadcast booth.
That's all right. Runners are going, full count. The 3-2 pitch. Just a bit outside. Runners are, the bases are now full with Bronco runners here. As a perfect opportunity here, like I mentioned earlier, Tyson, when you have runners in scoring position like this, time to make them pay right now as you get the bases loaded for Kaylee Pino.
Pino's due for a big hit, too. I mean, she has been barreling up, and unfortunately just a hot shot, one hopper to shortstop, and then on the opposite side, a one hopper that was fielded into a double play. Time to atone for that and cash in here with the bases loaded.
First pitch there. Pino is high and outside for a ball, 1-0. No, you're right. She's due for a base hit here, and be a good time to place one in the left center gap here and played a couple runs here. The 1-0 delivery from the Hastings native, Faith Molina. Down low for a ball, 2-0. And if Pino can get on base, that brings up to your cleanup hitter, Lauren Lee. Lee is 0 for 2 in the ball game as well. So is Kaylee Pino here at the plate as she was grounded out in a double play in the last inning. The 2-0 delivery. Down low in the dirt again for a ball, 3-0.
Oh, Molina just needs to start throwing strikes here for Doane University. She's really kind of lost control here in these last couple at-bats, and the Broncos so far have been able to take advantage. If you're HC, I mean, I'm patient in that batter's box. I'm going to make sure she makes the throw one, and then I'm going to make her throw another.
The 3-0 delivery. Just been low for a ball. It's going to be ball 4, and that's going to be an RBI for Kaylee Pino. Bring home Shay Storson from third. So it's going to be now it's going to be 3-1 lead here for HC. Nice at bat there from Kaylee Pino as she was just so patient at the plate, Tyson, as she waited on a perfect pitch and she never got one and able to get on base with a walk and able to bring home a run.
And Tanabe walks and Schneider walks. Pino has now walked 3 straight walks, and that's, again, you have that bat on your shoulders until Molina throws a strike like she did right there.
Patience, because you know Molina's going to be able to throw strikes once she gets back in a groove again here. Throw down.
It's a good Guns N' Roses song, by the way.
Yes, it is. The 0-1 delivery, well in the dirt. For a ball, that one was almost bowled across the plate there. As I'm a bowler, from the foul line to the home to the pins, or from this perspective, from the mound to the plate. The 1-1 pitch is going to be in there for a strike. 1-2. Now you're going to have to play defense mode here a little bit. Here, if you're Lauren Lee, anything close, you're going to have to be swinging away here. The 1-2 pitch. That's going to be up the middle towards, nice play by Alinas Diaz there at short to step on second. So the Broncos played 3 runs on, looks like 1, 2, 3 hits. There's 1 error and 2 left on base. We go to 5. Hastings now with the lead, 3-1 over Doane University Tigers. This is Broncos softball, and you're listening to it on Extreme Sports.
There's a new tomorrow on the other side of the horizon. There are houses to make into homes, businesses to be built, and friendships to enjoy.
Someday's gonna be one day soon.
Build your tomorrow with a bank you can rely on. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
Keep it right here. You are listening to Extreme Sports.
GPAC softball doubleheader here on Extreme Sports. Tyson Nevronic, Marcus Metcalf with you. 3-1. Hastings College with the lead after 4. The Broncos finally break through. They leave them loaded, but are able to break through on the scoreboard and take the 3-1 lead. Thanks in part to 3 walks in the inning and an error defensively as well for Doan over at the shortstop side. Hastings College strikes back, and now with KB in the circle, you got to feel a little bit more comfortable if you're a Bronco softball fan, as KB has been dialed in all afternoon, minus 1 AB that really you can't even chalk up to Brock, as Skinner and Brock had some communication issues, and the ball fell in between them and then rolled and then was thrown away, which ultimately led to a Doan run on just an absolute circus act. But Hastings College strikes back here and takes the 3-1 advantage, and now if KB can settle in, Hastings College will be one match closer to heading over to the GPAC postseason tournament. But got to take care of business now. An 0-2 count here to 5, 6, and 7. Bree True, the leadoff hitter for Doan. Haxon fouls that one back. It's quickly 0-2 as KB is in a groove. I mean, and you just watch her approach in the circle, Marcus. I mean, when she's grooving like she is right now, I mean, she gets the ball immediately, gets the sign, and fires. Has spent a lot of time walking around the circle, just wants to stay hot there in the circle and can't get that one on the outside corner. Must have been just an inch to the offside.
No, you mentioned it. She does pitch quick, and it's just rhythm. That's all it is. Every pitcher has its rhythm, and that's going to be a foul straight back to the net, or to the screen. It's still going to be 1 and 2. But yeah, every pitcher, I mean, you see it at every level in majors, but now they have the pitch clock, so you can't really. I remember Josh Beckett. I mean, a lot of people don't know who Josh Beckett is. Get to watch him pitch. I remember who it was, an analyst or someone. They said he'd take about a minute between each pitch.
If KB had a pitch clock on her, it would still be at like 26 by the time she delivers. There's a swing and a miss, and first batter struck out. That'll be the third K for Brock here on the afternoon. Shrew goes down on strikes. Melina Gonzalez up to the plate. Gonzalez popped up one straight up the chute. That turned into the aforementioned snowball fight that Hastings College got into in the second. Apart from that, KB's been brilliant. Apart from that, she's been perfect, but the radio jinx fully in effect as that one goes straight up the middle for a base knock. So Gonzalez gets the first hit here of the contest for the Doan College Tigers, and the no-hitter chatter can be silenced.
Nothing like the old announcer jinx. I hate that all the time, especially when they say, well, look, pitcher's got a no-hitter or a perfect game, and literally next batter, it happens.
You know what they're doing with those alerts, by the way, here as Addie Parsons now steps up to the plate? We're getting those way too early. I know that they want to get people to watch and witness history. Those alerts that come out in like the 5th inning. I mean, get through the lineup twice before you even start that chatter, as this one's popped straight up the chute. First baseman Lee is there, and there is 2 down. Fly out to first, and that'll bring up Faith Molina, who has replaced Faith McDonald. McDonald was having some control issues early on, and Molina came in relief of her, but then gave up the 3 runs in inning number 4. Molina, the Hastings High product. Heard Baker talking about it in the pregame show. A year ago, had the walk-off hit here against these Hastings College Broncos. So they know her well and what she can do, and now with 2 down, KB will try to retire her opposing pitcher. Off-speed pitch, and it's a throwback down to first, and sliding just in time is going to be Gonzalez. Nearly caught her napping, did Ana Medeiros. So that'll bring the count now to 1-1. Gonzalez awaiting at first base, Molina at the plate. Swung on and missed, it's 1-2. Home run hack there for Faith Molina, nearly swung out of her shoes.
We mentioned a busy day in the sports world. The NFL draft's going on. My New York Jets just picked up a linebacker, which was very well needed. Defensively, it's like your Buffalo Bills. We're going defense. We need some help in the tough AFCs. We got a fly ball out here to right Kapler's underneath it to make it the 3rd out of the inning.
Fly ball to Kapler to end things here. Doan gets their first hit of the afternoon, but still trail it on the scoreboard. 3-1 Broncos lead. Bottom of 5 we go. It's GPAC softball this afternoon on Extreme Sports.
If you experience air conditioning problems this summer, call the experts at Ruts Heating and Air Conditioning of Hastings. Ruts is a local, family-owned business with over 45 years of experience in the HVAC industry. They service all makes and models of heating and cooling equipment for both residential and commercial customers. You can trust Ruts Heating and Air Conditioning to complete all repairs, installations, and maintenance work on time. If you're shopping for a new air conditioner or heating system, remember Ruts Heating and Air Conditioning. They have a broad range of systems to choose from. Ruts Heating and Air Conditioning. Call 402-463-4853.
This is Brad Musburger from VSiN. You're listening to Extreme Sports.
Tyson Nevronic back with you here on Extreme Sports. Hastings College softball on your airways today. 3-1 Broncos with the lead over the Doane University Tigers. Over on the ice, it's a 2-1 lead after 2 in game number 3 in the battle for Florida. The Tampa Bay Lightning have struck twice after surrendering the early goal and have a 2-1 lead over the Florida Panthers. Florida, one of the odds-on favorites in the Eastern Conference to play their way into a potential Stanley Cup berth, as the first pitch here of the at-bat for Ana Medeiros is fouled back. Broncos in the bottom half of the 4th inning sent 9 to the plate, scored 3 to take the 3-1 lead. One of the matchups we are watching, Dordt and Waldorf. Dordt also trying to play their way into the GPAC's postseason tournament. They have the advantage on the tiebreaker after the head-scratching match with the Broncos earlier this season. The one that kind of got away, one that you look back at and wanted to have. Dordt was able to take 2 from HC. Dordt has the 8-0 lead on Waldorf, and they are through the top of the 4th, so 1 inning away is Dordt for making this an absolute must-win scenario for the Broncos here in this doubleheader. As Medeiros fouls it back.
Hey, your St. Louis Blues on tomorrow?
Tomorrow afternoon, Game 4 against the Winnipeg Jets. It has yet to become a series, as they say. Not a series until you lose at home, and so far it's been all home teams with the victory. And so they'll play Game 4 at the Enterprise Center tomorrow afternoon. Do not disturb. I will not answer calls tomorrow afternoon.
It's a good time to put your feet up. And
I have been pacing that entire series. Here's a chopper to shortstop from Medeiros, and it's a 6-3 putout as Elias Diaz fires over to Parsons in time, and Medeiros is retired. That is the first time since inning number 1 that the Broncos have not had a leadoff base runner. As Lexi Mudloff will come to the plate, trying to erase a 0-for-1 day. A walk and a fly out to right so far on the line score for Lexi. She'll try to get things started here in the bottom half of the 5th. First pitch swinging right to the glove of Diaz, and she fires to Parsons in time. Another 6-3 put out. That was almost vacuumed up. I didn't even see that skip off the dirt. I thought that was caught on the line there, but just hitting the dirt, and Diaz makes an incredible play over there at short, and another hard out for Lexi Mudloff. You go back, flashback 2 weeks ago. I mean, she was barreling everything and just hitting atom balls, and finds another glove here as she's retired. Those frustrate you as a hitter when you're doing everything right, but can't get aboard.
Yeah, most of the time, though, on a non-windy day here at the Smith Softball Complex, that thing would be out of here. And just on these days, it's just been too windy and getting up in the jet stream and just keeping everything in. But like you said, she's been really putting the bat to the ball really well. As we got another, we're going to have a base hit here to left.
Kapler finds the gap between left and center. It rolls underneath the temporary fencing. So that'll be a stand-up double for Cap. Sacrifice bunt, strikeout. How about an extra base hit?
There's the base hit we've been talking about. This bottom of the lineup is coming through again here. And so that's already 3 base hits for the bottom half of the lineup here in the last couple of innings for HC. And now it's going to bring up Sam Skinner, who reached on base with a single last inning and was able to come home.
Sam Skinner, the RBI double, advanced to third on some heads-up base running. And now an opportunity to cash in once again with a runner in scoring position. She'll go first base side down that right field line again. This time it's snagged there by Parsons, the first baseman, and robbing the Broncos of a potential run there. An easy RBI, or would-be RBI, is snagged out of midair by a nice play by the first baseman. So a line out to first will end things here in the 5th. The Broncos strand another in scoring position, but still lead it as we head to the top half of the 6th inning. Broncos 3. Tigers 1. It's GPAC Softball on Extreme Sports.
Sundays are meant for relaxation and indulgence, and there's no better place to do it than at Bullseye Sports Bar and Grill in Hastings. Enjoy the Sunday brunch buffet from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., featuring an irresistible spread of breakfast favorites that will make your taste buds dance. Choose from fluffy pancakes, sizzling bacon, fresh fruits, and so much more. It's all you can eat and everything you could ever want. Bullseye Sports Bar and Grill, located at 2017 West 2nd, across from the water park in Hastings.
You are listening to Extreme Sports, Central Nebraska's new home for sports.
KB back in the circle here as we start off the top half of the 6th inning. 3-1 Broncos with the lead. Broncos have 3 runs on 5 hits. They committed 3 errors, all in the same at bat. For Doane, it's 1 run on 1 hit, and they have committed 1 error so far here in the ball game. Due up now for the Tigers, J.J. Allen, the catcher, out of the 9-hole, and then we go back to the top of the order, and a top of the order that KB has had a lot of success with so far here this afternoon. 3 strikeouts on the line score. Quickly behind 1-0 here to JJ. JJ flew out to right in her first AB, and she's going to fly up here to third as Skinner is able to track it. Skinner has had a heck of a day over there at third base. Every ball that's come her way has been an absolute moonshot that goes straight up into the clouds here, and she's had to do a lot of tracking, and a lot of tracking with the wind that comes in here at the Bill Smith Softball Complex. That makes for a pretty adventurous day over there at the third base bag.
Oh, it does, and that wind's just playing a factor, and every single one that she's had, it's just she's been dancing around in that infield trying to make a play on a ball, and she was able to come down with that one.
Grace Dowding now at the plate. Line out to center, line out to right. Infield corners coming in as they don't want to see the speedy Dowding try a little sneak attack play here. She would be a threat if she's able to get on base based on the wheels. They're at that leadoff spot. It's a 2-1 count here as KB's trying to jam her inside.
And especially now, you're down to your final 5 outs, trailing 3-1.
Back to work, off-speed pitch. You and I are going to have a little talk after the game. We don't count outs here. Don't put that voodoo on me. Don't count outs. We don't talk about perfect games. We don't talk about no-hitters. I am the most superstitious Diamond Sports fan for that reason. It's a high fly ball right field. This time Cap is able to camp out underneath it. Wind keeping that one from blowing out of here. That was a home run cut there from Grace Dowding, but just hang up here in the Hastings wind.
Well, you mentioned on your show the other day, you're very superstitious about the uniform tire,
Everything.
Everything.
Has to be. Yeah. Jasmine Villegas pops this one straight up the chute. Skinner is there, and it's a 1-2-3 inning as the Broncos set the Tigers down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left aboard. Bottom half of 6 we go. Broncos with the 3-1 lead here in game number 1. A must-sweep scenario for HC. We're back with more softball right after this on Extreme Sports.
Family Medical Center of Hastings is the place to go for all your healthcare needs. Their team is trained to treat the whole person regardless of age. They provide a wide range of medical care, including acute care, routine health screenings, and treatment of chronic conditions. They're dedicated to providing you with the best care in the most cost-effective manner. Family Medical Center, as an independent clinic, has served the community for over 65 years. Your family's home for healthcare. 1021 West 14th Street. Proud to support all area student athletes.
Keep it right here. You are listening to Extreme Sports.
Back here at the Bill Smith Softball Complex, bottom of the 6th inning. Hastings with the 3-1 advantage, as it'll be 9-1-2 due up here for the Broncos. Shea Storson leading things off in the left-handed batter's box. Lineup will flip. Isabel Tanabe and Lauren Schneider, the seniors. We'll try to cash in here on senior day. A little insurance runs never hurt. See if the Broncos can't get something going here in the 6th. First pitch swinging here from Shea. As Faith Molina continues in the circle here for Doan. Coming in relief of Faith McDonald, who got the start. Doan's got a lot of faith in their circle. I have been holding on to that joke all day long. As Molina will come in. Here's the 0-1. Storson squares around a bunt, puts it up into the air, and a diving play over there at the third base bag. Marquez is able to pick that baby out of the air. Bunt attempt that was going foul, and a heads-up play by third base crashing in. Marquez makes an incredible play over there at the hot corner.
Nice play, though, Marquez. That was on a day like this, it's probably not the best day for it, but a nice snow cone grab.
Oh, yeah, those hurt. Those hurt. It's under 70 on this dirt. You'll feel that one tomorrow. Tanabe stepping up to the plate. Tanabe walked, reached on an error. She's 0 for 1 on the box score. She's been stranded in scoring position on 2 different occasions here. And also grounded out to second and is quickly ahead here in the count 2-0. Molina wanting nothing to do here with the Bronco top half of the order. And she has been pitching Tanabe carefully here. I stand corrected, it's 1-1. A delayed strike call there on that last pitch. Here's across the plate. Strike 2. 1-2. To the leadoff shortstop. Broncos do have activity in the bullpen in case needed, as Danny's warming up. Potentially just also warming up, getting the arm loose for game number 2 as well. Baker said he's going to start with Danny, and it'll be a situational based. Obviously, the pitch count coming into play here. KB has just rolled through this Doan lineup, and so that pitch count has stayed relatively low as Tanabe is going to ground out to third. Fired across the diamond in time. So you could be looking at middle inning relief, I think, for maybe KB, if we're obviously not looking too far ahead, but if needed, she's been the ace all season long, and you want to go with the trusty, reliable when the season is on the line. So we'll get through this one and see how this all plays out. 3-1 lead Broncos. Schneider first pitch swinging. Is going to find the gap as it, nice diving play out there. No catch, but prevents extra bases, as that was going to be an easy double there for Lauren Schneider. But a diving stop out there from Bronner prevents the extra bases.
Nice hit by Schneider there, as she had a double in the first inning. So 2 base hits on the day for the 2-hole hitter, and that brings up Kaylee Peno.
2 for 2 for Schneider as Peno comes up to the plate. Peno's walked, grounded out to short, and had the 4-6-3 double play back in inning number 4. Chops this one foul.
So we're going to have some time here, like the Plate needs to be cleaned off a little bit. A little house cleaning.
A little sweeperoo.
Sun's trying to pop out here, and we got a chance for that old R word here this afternoon that we desperately need, though.
Decreasing by the hour, by the way. It was a high percentage earlier this week, as this one has popped up to second. And as this afternoon has gone along, the rain chances have diminished, and Pino pops out to second. And the sixth inning has been diminished. No runs, one hit, no errors, one left aboard. Top half of the seventh. Last chance for romance for the Doane Tigers here in game number 1. They trail it 3-1 to HC. We're back with the seventh after this on Extreme Sports.
Need a power boost after a serious workout? Stick with the original recovery drink. Highland Dairy's chocolate milk contains 13 essential nutrients, including protein and electrolytes, helping you build muscle and hydrate better than water. Our Chocolicious milk is perfect for building healthy bones in little ones and maintaining bone health in adults. It's chocolate milk with no artificial growth hormones and is locally made, so you know you're getting the best for your body. Highland, locally made, naturally delicious.
You are listening to Extreme Sports, Central Nebraska's new home for sports.
Top of the seventh we go. Hastings College with a 3-1 lead over the Doane University Tigers. Tyson Nevronic, Marcus Metcalf with you with all the things that we are potentially radio jinxing here or broadcast jinxing. The game number 2 will be held in complete silence. Here is a slow ground out to second base. Mudloff is there 4-3. Catching a lot of guff here from the HC scorekeepers as we've been apparently jinxing everything. So, yeah, game 2 held in complete silence. That's the game plan. 3-1 here. Broncos with the advantage in game number 1. Again, a must-win scenario here for HC. Must-sweep scenario against Doane. And so far, so good. Here's Marissa Marquez, who steps up to the plate. Marquez went down on strikes and flew out to right in her previous 2 plate appearances, but made a great grab defensively over there at the third base bag in the bottom half of inning number 6. Here's one straight back towards you, Marcus, and that's going to take a hop just in front here of the press box area. So 0-2.
Well, if we're going to do the rest of this game in silence, we can put on our field mic. Nice friendly sounds.
That one?
Yeah, that one.
That's not a friendly sound at all. 0-2. That needs a battery change, my man. Here's an 0-2 off-speed pitch. Marquez puts this one in play up left field side, and this is going to come all the way back in nearly out into the infield is where Schneider ends up making that catch. A good job tracking that baby down in left from Lauren. And now the Tigers are down to their final out. Bree True stepping up to the plate and has struck out swinging in her previous 2 plate appearances. KB's had her number as she fires that one across the black on the outside corner. 0-1. Cardinals offense coming alive, by the way, in that matchup with Milwaukee. 5-0 lead for STL. And this pitch trying for the inside corner. Rolls across the plate, 1-1. Brock's pitch, fouled back out of play. And that'll bring the count to 1-2. Down to their final strike is Doane here in game number 1. We'll have a lot of interested eyeballs and ears across the Great Plains Athletic Conference. If the Broncos are able to finish off Doane, it'll be a must-win scenario for both schools to continue play into postseason in the Great Plains Athletic Conference Tournament. Nice snag out there by a fan, as that was fouled down the third base line.
Gloveless, too. Barehanded that. Beauty.
Immediate reaction time. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play, they say. Here's 1-2. As Brock fires on True. Inside corner, doesn't get the call. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Deuces wild here in the bottom half of inning, or top half of inning number 7.
John Fogerty would have been proud with you on that one.
Thank you. Here's the 2-2 delivery. Popped foul again. True staying alive.
Souvenirs aplenty.
True has had a really good at-bat here, fighting off Kiera Brock. Trying to extend the life here of the Tigers in game number 1. Pitch. Rocket out towards the gap. This one is heading towards the fence, and it's a leaping catch out there in center. Storson makes the grab. A play over the center field fence, and she's getting mobbed by her teammates. A wonderful catch out there in center to win the Broncos game number 1. A pivotal play and a pivotal game and a fly out to center. And what a play from Shea Storson, who leaps over the temporary fencing and is able to haul that one back in. A home run saving catch to win this baby here in 7. Here in Hastings. 3-1 your winner. Hastings College takes the advantage over Doane University, a big 4th inning where the Broncos are up for 3. Now, forcing a must-win scenario here for game number 2. A defense which had one shaky play. The 3 errors in the game, all on one at-bat. And they persevere after some early, let's say, turbulence, and are able to come through and win game number 1, 3-1, after a brilliant play out in center from Shea Storson. We'll come back, we'll talk all about this one and get you set for game number 2. It's all coming up as our Hastings College softball coverage continues here on Extreme Sports.
Industrial Irrigation Services has proudly supplied reliable horsepower to the industrial engine market since 1955. Our entire team is dedicated to fostering long-term relationships with our customers and key suppliers. Honesty and integrity make up the foundation that our business is built upon. Our entire team is ready to deliver the best sales, engineering, parts, and service support you have come to expect over many decades. No matter your industry or the rigorous demands of your application, our team of experts stand ready to serve you. We have been serving our customers and friends for over a half-century, and we look forward to continuing to provide you with the absolute best industrial engine packages and services for generations to come. When you need a solution for your industrial needs, don't just buy horsepower. Invest in reliable horsepower.
Keep it here on Extreme Sports.
Hits it to right field. Brennan is back. He's at the wall, and we are tied.
Your all-access pass to nonstop sports talk and live play-by-play coverage.
You guys are the #1 sports station because you make the phones light up.
What an exclamation point to end game number 1. A tremendous play out in center field from Shea Storson to rob Bree True of a would-be home run. True, who had struck out in her previous 2 plate appearances, had an absolute rocket towards left center, and Shea Storson full-on Superwoman diving over the temporary fencing to make the grab and preserve the Broncos' 3-1 winner here this afternoon for Hastings College. The damage was done in the 4th inning thanks to 3 walks and some scattered hits. 3 hits in that inning. They're able to plate across 3 runs. That 3 runs enough to pick up the 3-1 victory over Doane University here in game number 1. Doane getting their lone run on a wild play that was a routine pop-up that was dropped between the pitcher and the third baseman. Rolls out. The catcher trying to make the throw down to second to get the base runner, throws it away, and Melini Gonzalez is able to come all the way around to score on a can of corn. That gave Doane the early lead, but then the Hastings College Broncos battled back and persevered, got the 3-1 lead, and KB did the rest. She was absolutely spectacular here on the afternoon, only allowing 1 base hit in the contest. The lone error, the 3 errors in the second ultimately just accounted for 1 run. Other than that, is 3 strikeouts on the afternoon and set down the Tigers in the last 8 at-bats. And so another spectacular performance from Kiera Brock as the seniors now getting honored here between games 1 and 2. And we'll have game 2 coming up for you here in just a little bit. What we do here as far as our Hastings College broadcasts are concerned, if you're just joining us, we'll temporarily step aside, get you back to some regularly scheduled programming. And then when we get set for game number 2 and first pitch, we'll jump back on the air with you and walk you through what is now a must-win scenario here for Doane and Hastings College as far as the Great Plains Athletic Conference tournament is concerned. So high drama awaits here from the Bill Smith softball complex. Marcus, final thoughts here in game 1.
Just a terrific way to end the game, I would say, from Chase Dorson. I thought the thing was getting out of here, and she played that terrifically against the fence, and HC really battled back. I mean, after those 3 errors there in that top half of the second inning and played it a run, those young ladies out there didn't quit and able to fight back with 3 runs and take the lead and never look back. And so great win for HC to force pretty much a winner-take-all at this point. Win, you're in the GPAC tournament. Loser, your season comes to an end.
An entire season coming down to one more softball game. And for Hastings College, trying to make it a memorable one here on Senior Day. As the seniors being honored down on the third base line, the battle will be keeping the emotions in check, knowing that this will be the last time that you'll play on your home diamond. And all of the emotions and all of the drama and all of the storylines, you couldn't script a better scene here for Hastings College softball this afternoon. We'll have it here on the stream, Extreme Sports, coming up here in just a little bit. That'll wrap things up for game number 1. Hastings winning it 3-1. Game 2 coming your way right around the corner. Keep it right here on Extreme Sports. We'll be back with more Broncos softball coverage for you in just a little bit.
You've been listening to Hastings College softball. Stay tuned. The second half of the doubleheader is coming up soon on your exclusive home for Extreme Sports.
I don't see how Memphis is able to bounce back from that. Just